Hi everyone, welcome back to Sheri Proof. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new, welcome, and thank you guys so much for coming back again. This video was supposed to have been done so long ago, but finally I'm going to do it today and share the information that I have with you based on my experience. But I want to talk about collagen, more specifically collagen peptides, and do we need it? Why do we need it? Does it make sense in skincare, or how else can we have it or get it into our bodies? So I have had a lot of questions because I have shared on my Instagram stories and so on about my use of collagen peptides. I actually started using collagen peptides around May, June 2019, which would have been a couple months after I had my baby. And I have been using it ever since then. So my experience is literally kind of like a year and a half of using collagen peptides. I have some thoughts, but I wanted to go through some information first with you, some of the information that I would have read and I would have gathered in my own research and so on, so that you could, just come up to par, have a little bit more information about it before we get into what I use or what I recommend or don't recommend. The first thing is, let us ask ourselves, or the first question is, what is collagen? So for most of you might remember this from school, maybe biology and so on, but collagen is literally kind of like the glue that holds the entire body together. It is a main building block in the body. So it is what helps our skin, our joints, our bones, our tendons, our muscles, basically our hair, everything. You get the idea, right? So it is really, really, really important. In fact, I actually read that a dermatologist talking about collagen said that collagen makes up of about 75% of the dry weight of our skin. That's a lot. So really and truly, that is actually what keeps our skin from sagging. So it's what makes it looks plump and keeps those lines, those fine lines and wrinkles at bay. It's because we have collagen in our skin. Now the thing about it is, why do we actually need collagen? Because as we get older, we will naturally lose collagen. Collagen is naturally found in our bodies, but with the aging process, it will break down and we will lose some of it. In fact, from the time you are in your mid-20s, we start to lose about 1% collagen every year. So I literally have lost like just over 10% collagen already naturally because of the natural aging process of the body. But even more so, it's actually said that by the time we start menopause, like in the first 5 years of menopause, we could actually lose up to 30 as in 30% of the natural collagen in our bodies. That is crazy. So, I mean, you could see, of course, as we get older, it's like aging just, or the effects of aging or the signs of aging that shows up on our body. And in this case, you all know I love to talk about skin. It just starts to accelerate, literally accelerate. So collagen is really, really, really important in our bodies. And let me just put a little plug here, because that's one of the reasons why SPF is also really important, because UV rays actually naturally break down or encourage the breaking down of collagen. So beside the fact that your body is actually naturally losing collagen as we get older, couple that with the fact that if you don't wear SPF, you're actually just giving yourself extra exposure. Like, you're not helping your skin at all. So the aging will be accelerated as well. In other words, wear your SPF. So let me just talk about the medical studies, because this is actually one of the things that I kind of looked through and so on when I was doing my own research, because I wanted to know like whether or not this thing about collagen is a gimmick. Now, by the way, at this point in time, I'm talking about collagen that is ingested or taken orally into the body, and I'm not yet talking about topical collagen or collagen that is involved in skincare products. So there are a couple of studies that has been done, and you can actually check these. Let me make sure it's in the National Library of Medicine in the US. So it's published. The scientific studies are published, and I have the information in front of me here because I want to make mention of two particular studies that were done. One in 2014, where they studied 69 women between the ages of 35 and 55, and they took between 2.5 grams to 5 grams of collagen peptides every day for 8 weeks. And after those 8 weeks, when they looked at the before and afters and all the scientific drama, they saw a lot of improvement, not only in skin elasticity, but also the wrinkles compared to those who did not take any of the collagen. There was another study done in 2012, and you can see these are fairly recent, and I'll talk about that just now. So there was one done in 2012 using chicken-derived collagen, and they gave these people 1 gram of that collagen, and those people took it for 12 weeks. So this study went on for a longer period of time, and then that time, here the results. Those people showed 76% less dryness in the skin, 12% less visible or fewer wrinkles, and better blood flow to the skin, and 6% higher collagen content within their skin. So we just looked at one that was 8 weeks and 12 weeks. To me, those are amazing results. So now, while this is like fairly new and fairly recent, a lot of dermatologists and scientists are saying they can't, of course, speak to very long-term results of taking collagen or collagen peptides, but the results that they have seen so far is very, very promising and has been shown to be safe for short-term and what they can foresee as long-term use of this. And so they expect that a lot more studies will be done and continue to be done, because this is very, very new, very, very recent. And so you would see in the last few years, like, this has really taken up a lot of people, a lot of brands, a lot of companies are coming out with collagen that can be ingested. Now, collagen is not going to be a miracle. I am going to tell you that in my own personal experience, and I'll talk about that in a little while, that it took me at least about 3 months to actually realize, wait a minute, something was happening, or to see a difference. And I'll tell you how that happened, okay? Now, beside the fact that there are benefits to the skin, which is primarily why I'm doing this video, and one of the reasons why, well, the main reason why I personally started taking collagen peptides. Besides skin, collagen peptides are actually really good for your joints. So it has actually been shown to help people who have joint pain, to improve muscle mass, helping heart health. It has been shown to be a wound healer. So there are actually a lot of other benefits for taking collagen or collagen supplements in your diet every day. But beside in supplements and so on, you could actually get collagen through some natural sources. For example, bone broth. So bone broth, if you want to have it in your diet in terms of something that you're eating, that's actually a really good way to get collagen into your body or ingested. So have bone broth, guys, make it. So I just mentioned that, for example, you could have a lot of bone broth, right, to get collagen into your body. But let's just talk in general in terms of, how to really get collagen. And I want to talk a little bit about skincare, because I talk a lot about skincare in terms of topical skincare. We also talk about skin from inside out, which is also really, really important. But it's really something to take note of, because there are a lot of serums and creams and all kinds of things that advertise, collagen. So you see like collagen serums and so on, and they literally have hydrolyzed collagen in the ingredients. And the concept or the idea is that by putting collagen on your skin, it's going to get into your skin. And it has been proven and shown over and over and over that those collagen molecules are too large to penetrate the skin to do anything significant in terms of building collagen content in your skin, which is where we really want the collagen to have that plumping effect and to have the actual effects that we want for our skin. However, having collagen in a product is not necessarily a bad thing, because it's actually going to give you a temporary effect on the skin in terms of how it looks, how it feels. It's actually a really good moisturizer on the skin. So having collagen in your skin or in your skincare products is not a bad thing. Just know that that's not going to get to where you actually want it to get, in terms of if your reason for using that product is to increase collagen in your skin. That's not going to happen. However, when it comes to topical skincare and increasing or stimulating or boosting collagen production, what we do is we focus on the ingredients that can do that. So there are ingredients that, while they may not actually, it's not actually putting collagen into your skin, what it will actually do is encourage your skin to naturally produce more collagen, stimulate it, or actually help the process of that synthesis of that collagen, the building within your skin layers. So ingredients would be like antioxidants like vitamin C, retinol. That's why it's so important to have retinol, hyaluronic acid, things like peptides. You hear a lot about peptides now in skincare, and that's one of the reasons, because those peptides actually help to boost collagen in your skin. Things like ginseng extract or mushroom extract. There are a lot of also natural ingredients that little by little, with research, is showing to have some type of positive effect. So you would actually notice that a lot of my products or things that I use, you would hear me talking about certain ingredients, because those ingredients they're actually not putting collagen into the skin, but they're actually stimulating, boosting, and helping the natural collagen production of my skin. However, that may not be enough for some people, because like I said, we are actually losing more collagen than we have been able to naturally, regenerate on our own. And that's one of the reasons why ingesting collagen has become such a big deal. So you're probably not going to drink a bowl of bone broth every day. And if you do, that's great. But for somebody like me, I'm looking for a convenient, healthy way to get that into my diet. And that has really been through the use of collagen peptides. Now, collagen peptides in general, they come in a variety of ways, generally in powder form or in capsule form. I think I have seen some like in liquid form that you could take as droppers as well. But they're different ways. So you could actually look into what might be your preferred way. But before we talk about the ones that I actually love, just to keep in mind that there are a couple of things that you might want to be concerned about. So you don't just go and rush and buy just any collagen peptide. You want to keep in mind that you want to look for companies that really do follow good manufacturing practices, because while a lot of them may have a high collagen peptide content, you want to make sure that it doesn't have any metal or toxic contamination, that kind of thing. So you really want to do your research well, and also keep in mind that part of that research that I mentioned before, one of the concerns that has been raised actually is the fact that when you are ingesting this, it has to pass through your stomach, go through your acids and so on. So there's a concern about, how much of it is actually getting to your skin. So the point is that you may be ingesting X amount of grams, but not all those grams may actually get to your skin. Now keep in mind that the studies that I mentioned did talk about collagen being ingested from 1 gram up to 5 grams per day. So you would actually see some of the products that I mentioned, they have much higher gram content, but we will get to that. So the question is, how do you choose a collagen peptide supplement, whether it is a powder and so on? And I was supposed to start off the video by saying this, and I'll say it here. But the thing is, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a medical professional. So all of the information I'm sharing with you is basically based on my research, reading medical journals and pages, listening to dermatologists and doctors, and the research that I personally gathered for myself when I was choosing and having to make the best choice and best decision for me. So this may be different for you, and that's perfectly fine. So I mean, take everything I always say, take everything I say with a pinch of salt, go do your research, and hopefully this will get you cracking. So there are a couple types in general. They fall into 4 major types, type 1 to 4, and generally on the package of the product, especially if it's more focused on skin, if that's your concern, they will actually mention that. Now, some people actually take collagen peptides because they have issues maybe with their knees, arthritic pain, to support the medication and so on that they are taking, and so the option that they may use may focus on a different type of collagen peptide. So you just want to make sure that you're really packaging really good. The other main thing to be concerned about, and not so much of a concern, but it depends on your personal preference, is the source of the collagen peptide. So there are some main sources, mainly being chicken. You would have heard me mention that, but the 2 main ones I noticed are bovine, so beef sources of collagen, and then there's also marine, generally fish scales and so on. So if it is that you don't want to have beef, or there may some that may even have some pork derived collagen peptides, then you want to make sure that you read to find out what's the source. And almost all the supplements and so on that I have seen will declare the source. If you don't see it, ask a question. If you don't see it, I personally wouldn't buy it, because I'm not really sure what's in there, and you really want to make sure that you get like a good high quality source of collagen peptides. So that's also really important. You also want to make sure that if it's chicken, it's cage free, or beef or whatever, that it's free range. You want to make sure that they're using antibiotic free sources of collagen peptides as well. All of these things are really important, because you want to make sure that you are actually ingesting a good quality collagen peptide. The other thing that I discovered, it's not necessarily in all collagen peptides, but one of the things that was really important is that I understood that vitamin C is important for the synthesis of collagen in your body. So you may be taking a collagen peptide supplement in whichever form, but then you're not actually consuming vitamin C, whether it is through your multivitamins or your diet, enough of that, then the collagen is not getting all the help that it needs to do what it has to do. So to save me the problem, what I started to do was look for collagen peptides that actually contained vitamin C already in them. So there are a lot of options that do have that, but there are also a lot of options that don't. So if you're already taking a vitamin C in your multivitamin daily, you may not need to have have it included, but for me, I wanted to make sure. So that was one of the criteria that I used. Another one is that if they have hyaluronic acid in the supplement as well, that's also another good thing. And you would notice that all the options that I chose did have hyaluronic acid. And the other thing that you want to keep in mind or look for, and I think almost all of them are, is that you want to make sure that the collagen peptide is hydrolyzed or bioavailable, as some of them will say, meaning that it's easily ingested and absorbed by your body, because you don't want your body to have to like do a million and one things to be able to use this so that it can actually get to where it has to go. My experience with collagen peptides. So I initially started using a collagen peptide powder, and the first one that I actually used from my research was one called Sparkle Skin Boost, and all of these I actually purchased on Amazon, and I actually did not look for recommendations anywhere else. Based on my research, I had particular criteria, and I went into Amazon and I literally pulled up tons and tons of options, and I was looking through the ingredients, looking through, you know, all that drama to figure out what I wanted. Okay, so the first one I had purchased was Sparkle Skin Boost. What I loved about that one is that they come in a variety of flavors. They actually started with the orange flavor. I will include a photo because I don't have the containers here with me, and I started off with their regular one, and they actually were the people that made me realize how important vitamin C, having vitamin C with your collagen peptide, is so important to help the synthesis of the collagen. And so I started to take that one. And what I liked about it, like I said, were the flavors. So I literally would put that one in water. I did find that it had, like, if you just drop it in the water and try to stir it, that there would be some clumps, but eventually it will kind of, you know, if you keep stirring, it will settle and organize itself. And I love that because I love having flavored water. So it was really good for me and easy for me to take it in. I used to keep it in my office, and literally every day I'll just put my one scoop in. But the first one I was using is the regular one, which I think had like 2.5 grams of collagen, I think. And then I moved to their Skin Boost Plus, which has 5 grams of collagen every serving. Now that one is, I think, around like $34 for 5.6 ounces. But the thing about it is that container is actually like a 1 month supply. So I'm mentioning that so you can kind of have an idea of like what this is going to cost you. I did enjoy that one, and actually, like I said, around the 2.5 month to 3 month mark, I mean, I'm taking every day, not really paying attention to what's happening, but then I was having a significant problem on my nails, my toenails, particularly for almost about 3 years. And I had gone to a couple of people, like in doing pedicures and so on. Different people would mention that it's probably a fungus or a particular issue, whatever. They gave me like recommendations of things to try. It never helped. The particular issue with my nail bed, like they would look kind of almost shattered. It was really weird and gross. I'm not even going to insert a picture or anything like that. But then all of a sudden I realized, because I'm like doing my nail polish, I'm like, my goodness, my nails had completely cleared up. And this was the only thing that I had added to my diet or anything like that at the point in time. And then I realized that the Skin Boost was actually helping that. Now, one of the benefits as well of collagen is that also affects your nails and your hair. So that was also a bonus for me, because I cannot take biotin in the high amounts that is usually found in biotin supplements to help your hair, because I will break out terribly. So I was glad to know that I'm able to get something else to kind of help me with my hair growth, or with my thin hair, to kind of help it along the way, as well as a byproduct or you know, another benefit. So I took that one, I think, for the longest period of time, and then I started to do some more research. So in 2020 I actually purchased these two others. This one is by Natura Beauty. Again, I'm going to include the photo because I don't have the empties with me anymore, because I decided I wanted to try marine collagen peptides, right? And I did like a lot of research, because there is one that's advertised everywhere called Smarter Nutrition. I'm sure you guys would have seen it pass across the screen at some point in time, but it is super expensive. I think like $60 US for the container. I can't remember how long it lasts for, but I'm like, I don't know if I can afford that one. That's going to be like really high to maintain. So I was looking for a more affordable, you know, but a good source of marine collagen peptides. I took the Natura Beauty one. That one actually has 10 grams of collagen peptides per serving. That one is sweetened with stevia. Some of these have no sugar, some of them will be sweetened with something. And that one is $32 for an 11 ounce bottle, but it's supposed to last 1 month. I took 3 containers of that, and it didn't do anything for me, in the sense that, again, because I knew what the Skin Boost did for my nails, the issue with my nails has started to come back. So then I realized, like, my body actually has some kind of deficiency or something. I mean, the issue wasn't as bad as before, but while I was taking Skin Boost, the issue never returned with my nails. So I realized, okay, the other thing is that although they say it has no taste, I found like it had a slight taste with it. Now, keep in mind that the way I use collagen peptides, and these are the powders that I'm referring to, is I add them to my smoothie. A lot of them will tell you that they can be used hot or cold so that you could actually put it in your morning coffee or your tea. I like my coffee as my coffee. Leave my coffee. But I do have smoothies every single day now, so I like to put them in my smoothie. And I found that I was getting a slight taste. Nothing off-putting or that I couldn't manage, but I have to mention that it was there. So that one was a no for me, but it has excellent reviews on Amazon. So, I mean, it might work for you. The other one that I used was by Codeage, which was a bovine source of collagen. That one has 20 grams of collagen per serving. That one also has an enzyme blend for digestion, amino acids, the vitamin C as well. And that one was $25 for the 10-ounce container. But that particular one was a 14-day container. So for a 1-month supply, it literally cost me like $50 if I wanted to. I only took 2 containers of that. And again, I found that one worked a little bit better, but I found it to not be as effective as my Skin Boost. Now, you're saying, well, Sheri, why didn't you stick with the Skin Boost? Because I kind of wanted like a higher percentage of collagen peptides, because the Skin Boost, like the Skin Boost Plus, that one has like 5 grams of collagen peptides. So I wanted something a little bit more. So I decided I'm going to go one more option. Well, I shouldn't say one more option. The one that I'm going to share with you is the one that I highly recommend, and I did have it on my list. I had found it like very first when I found the Skin Boost, and so I had found this one, but I found like it was a little bit pricey, so that's why I didn't go the option. But then I'm like, Sheri, you know what, you need to spend your money, get something good, and it's this one, and I do have it here because this is like, I don't know, my third empty, or I can't remember how much of these, and I have like 2 backups in my cupboard. So this is by Vital Proteins, and this is their collagen peptides. This is their big jar. There is a smaller jar. This is the 20 ounce. It's like a 1.25 pound jar. Now this jar actually retails for $40 US, and this is said to be a 1-month supply. However, I'll tell you guys a little bit about what I do. So let me tell you about this one. This one is actually from grass-fed pasture-raised bovine. It contains hyaluronic acid. It contains vitamin C. It is bioavailable, so it's easily digestible. It is soluble again in hot and cold liquids. This one is 20 grams of collagen per serving, and each serving is 2 scoops. So that means in each scoop you're going to get 10 grams of collagen peptides. This has no added sugar, and it has a ton of added amino acids in here. Which is also really good for your body. So the thing about it is, while this should be a 1-month supply, what I do is I actually use 1 scoop. So I only take 10 grams of collagen peptides, and therefore this ends up lasting me like 8 weeks. So I'm not saying that that's what you need to do. They actually do recommend the 20 grams of collagen or 2 scoops as a serving. I figured 10 grams is good enough for me. There are times when I'll do 2, but generally that's how I was able to get it to stretch out. And my nails have gone back to the way they were, in terms of, you know, the beautiful results that I had while I was using the Skin Boost. But not only that, for sure, I have noticed people have been commenting a lot about people talk about the glow and how my skin looks and so on. And while there are a lot of things that add to that, what I am consuming, what I'm ingesting has a big part to play in that. And I absolutely know that since my pregnancy and so on, like my skin has been its best. I have had issues in between, yes, but my skin has literally been its best for, as you know, my entire life. Before I forget, it is unflavored. That one is unflavored. So again, if you want to use it hot in your tea or whatever, you can. I just add my scoop to my smoothie, blend it, and everything is fine. I don't taste anything. It doesn't alter. I love that it doesn't alter the taste of anything. I do miss my Skin Boost because of the flavors, like if I wanted to add to my water. But because I'm doing smoothies every day now, this is perfectly fine. I'm getting excellent results. And literally that $40 US is spanning me that 2-month period. Like I said, you don't need to use it that way. This video is not sponsored or anything like that. But I have purchased, I think I'm on my 5th or 6th container of this, and I really enjoy it. I'm not sure that I'm going to try Smarter Nutrition. Maybe if somebody gives it to me, I will try it, because I mean, I'm still curious about that one. But I really do love this one, and people have been asking for my recommendation. I will include the link in the description box in case you want to try it. You could also add it to cart. The price does vary. In fact, I was able to grab some extras during Christmas time, or was it Black Friday, or after that, Boxing Day or something, because the price did drop to like around 30 US. So I was able to save some money, which is really good. But yeah, I really like this. Have you guys tried collagen peptides? Will you look into it? Do you think you need it? It's not like a need maybe, but I mean, if you are concerned like me, because I want to age as gracefully as I can and give my body, you know, some extra help, I will definitely do that in a healthy way. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.